speaking for myself, coming from, growing up in Washington, Oklahoma, I graduated with 52 kids. Wasn't a Division I athlete, had an opportunity to walk on for the team that I always dreamed of playing for, which was the Oklahoma Sooners. That was my dream. I really didn't have an outstanding dream to go play in the NFL. I think every young kid wants to go play in the NFL and do this. But honestly, it's just been a dream come true to have the opportunity to at another position like long snapping and kind of find my niche with that, and Kansas City to give me an opportunity, and then for this to happen. I mean, I wish I could take credit for any of it, but I'm on for the ride, and what an amazing ride it's been to have an opportunity to now play in the 5th Super Bowl. That's incredible.
How fun is a night like this just to see all this media from across the world, just to be a part of a team that's so popular at Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, it's. I think it's one of those things that only gets sweeter with time, right? You look back on it and go, "Wow, what we got to do." Obviously, we stay focused when we're in it, and no one's patting anybody on the back. Like we still have unfinished business, and we take every one game at a time, right? Like it's never a full season; it's just the next game up. And we have an opportunity to compete for a championship on Sunday, and that's what's most important. But yeah, it's incredible to think about the Super Bowls that we've got to play in, our teammates that I've had the opportunity to play with, future Hall of Fame coaches and players. Dream come true. My faith in Jesus honestly shapes the way I view everything, and that's thankfully I've been raised in a family that preaches the importance of faith. That we were, me and my siblings, we grew up in the church, and that's how our parents raised us. And so to say that has shaped our life is an understatement. That's given us the world view of everything around us, right, through Jesus. And so, just so very important, and it ought to be, right? I mean, that's what we're called to do is serve the one who gave us all that we have, right? Who woke us up, who gave us life. And continues to bless us even though we don't deserve it. And it's a lot of humility with that, but what a friend we have in Jesus. And I think that summarizes it. Favorite professional team? Unfortunately, I was a Cowboys fan, believe it or not. Growing up in Central Oklahoma, we don't have a pro team. My dad was teammates with Troy Aikman, and obviously his coach was Barry Switzer. And so when those two ended up in Dallas, of course, we all just became Dallas fans. And it was also in the 90s. Dallas had a pretty good team at the time. Troy, Emmitt Smith, all those guys. And so watching them win Super Bowls was pretty cool growing up. And obviously you sign with Kansas City and you get to do this. I'm all bleeding red right now. So here we go.
Did you have a player as a kid that you like wore their jersey?
I always watched Troy Aikman growing up, but also I was a quarterback when I was younger, and so I watched Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning was one of my favorite players growing up.
Do you remember your first Super Bowl memories from watching one?
Man, I really don't. I think they all kind of blend in together. But so many, I really probably like early 2000s, that's when I really remember watching Super Bowls. Again, growing up in Oklahoma, we were big Sooner fans. The national championship kind of outweighed the Super Bowl in a way. But once I got to later elementary, early junior high, I really started paying attention and watching the Super Bowl. Who doesn't, right, as a football fan? And there were some great matchups.
Really appreciate your role, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we all know what we signed up for, and long snapper is not one of those flashy positions, but you get to play the game you love, and you embrace your role. That's what we do. We try to do our job to the best of our ability, and I have to do my job so that our punter can do his job, and the same thing with kicking field goals and PATs. I got to do my job so the holder can do his, and he has to do his so the kicker can do his thing. And so we get really close with those guys, and we just try to be the best we can and try to perfect our craft along the way, and pretty amazing that this team puts us in opportunities to go out and play in Super Bowls like this.
To take you back to 2013, right? You with the Eagles off season, and then you get cut from there, but then it took a while to get another call, right? And what was that like? Kind of keeping that grind together and just knowing that waiting for the phone.
Yeah, well, in that time, obviously, you got 32 of those spots open in the world, or 32 of those spots available. There's 32 long snappers, in the professional ball, NFL at least. And so, there's not a lot of opportunity. And so, you kind of have to be patient. It's the right place at the right time. And you just try to, in that window, my 3-year window, speaking of myself, you just try to stay ready and stay available, and that's all you can do, right? Control what you can control. And so I tried to do that to the best of my ability, and was fortunate enough to get some workouts, and some like the Eagles had some opportunity there, but you know how it works out. And but it's interesting. It's interesting how life does work out, right? Like bouncing around, about to hang it up, and then have an opportunity in Kansas City, and here we are 10 years in and 5 Super Bowls later, having these opportunities. I mean, it's like you just put your hands up like, wow.
How special was that time, for you and setting you on this path for success?
Yeah, well, to be an Oklahoma Sooner and wear Oklahoma and wear Sooners across my chest, that was the ultimate goal growing up. My dad played for Coach Switzer in the 80s, won a national championship as a punter. He was a walk-on. I grew up just wanting to be a Sooner, and really had no grand plan to go to the NFL. I just wanted to be an Oklahoma Sooner, and I would run through a brick wall for that dream. And so was able to walk on and just try to walk on as a wide receiver and to contribute there and try to make the team. And then long snapper just fell on my lap. They had an injury, and I said, hey, I can throw the ball. Let's see if I can do this, and just kept practicing it. And that was really why I got into long snapping, was to try to be a Sooner.
Yeah.
And was able to do that for several years. And then lo and behold, there was opportunity. Post college career, and man, it's just been a dream come true.
And final thing on this, are you keeping a good eye on what's going on in Norman? And I know it's a little rough this year, but first year in the SEC. But are you excited for their future?
Yeah, well, we were very excited for the first year in the SEC.
Yeah,
I mean, that's incredible. It's cool seeing the Sooners out there and the matchups that they had. Obviously, had some great games this year, and hard fought and tough season and all. But love Coach Venables, Joe Castiglione, and those guys. They'll get things turned around down there. And win, lose, or draw, Boomer Sooner all day long. So I love my Sooners, and they'll get things turned around down there. I'm confident in that.